Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is I Love Anime and I'm Harmony. Today I want to be talking about an anime series called Black Clover. Spoiler alert, because this series has only 2 seasons, so I would like to talk about it one episode at a time. Today I just watched one episode, so I would like to talk about it. Now, it all starts off in the Clover Kingdom. There's these two orphan boys that were left at the church. Okay. One boy, his name is Asta, and the other's name is Yuno. Now, Asta is very compulsive, loud, and high-spirited. And Yuno is very composed, very quiet, calm, and collective. So he's very respectful. And I say we can all relate to this, you know. Some of us relate to the calmness, the others relate to the compulsiveness. And what I see in this series, well, in the beginning of this episode, it starts off that way. You know, that they're left as orphans. It doesn't stop them from being orphans. They're orphans. Now, while they're growing up, things start to change in their lives. Yuno used to cry about every little thing, and Asta didn't. Well, one day Yuno gets sent out to go get something or to deliver something. So when he goes to make this delivery, a man that's drunk comes out, pushes him down, starts to hit him, and steals his pendant. At that, he starts to cry, you know, and he tries to do some little magic powers, but at that moment, you know, being as a child that he was, his powers weren't fully developed. Now, in the Clover Kingdom, everyone has powers. The only one that didn't have powers was Asta, unfortunately. He's the only one without powers. But Yuno had powers. Now, going back to when he gets mugged, when he's getting mugged. Here goes, Asta comes to the rescue. He comes to the rescue, and he goes and attacks the mugger. But this mugger keeps on hitting him and pushing him down. And no matter how many times he gets pushed down and thrown down and hurt, he keeps on getting back up. And this is what Yuno doesn't understand. He's like, hold on a second. I'm the one with the powers. Yet I'm here crying, but Asta is getting beat up, but he doesn't stop. Not only didn't he stop, but he wore down the mugger to the point that the mugger threw the pendant and just left. After that day, Yuno decided to stop crying. That began the change of Yuno and his way of thinking. Now, Yuno gets to that point that then now them both, Asta and Yuno, they're teenagers. And Yuno starts strengthening his powers. So his powers are stronger now. So he would show them, not showing off, but he would show Asta his powers. You know, in other words, telling him, look, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting better. Look, I have all these powers, you know. And Asta sees it as, you know what? Oh my goodness. Look at you. You have all these powers. I have to work on myself. You know what? I'm not going to give up. Even though you have powers and I don't have powers and I'm a commoner, I'm going to keep on striving. I'm going to keep on trying hard. I'm going to keep on working on myself, and I'm going to work harder than anybody else that has powers. So, though one has powers and the other one doesn't, then both have something in common. And what they have in common is that they both have the same goal. And that goal is to become the Wizard King. Okay? Now, that's something that they're looking forward to being. So that goal is the same. Then both have that same goal, is to become the king, the Wizard King at that, of the whole Clover Kingdom. Now, what I can truly appreciate What I really appreciate about Asa is that though he doesn't have those magical powers, he's persistent. He never gives up on himself, on his training, or his goals. And that to me is a superpower, is a magical power. Because the power of never giving up on yourself, that is a power. That's a strength. Because you don't give up and you don't let them push you down. And you keep on getting up no matter what. Now, going to why I love and why I respect him so much. I'm going to tell you why. I truly appreciate him, not only because he's always focused and he's always polite and respectful, and composed and calm. Some of us wish we can be calm and collected, when things tend to happen around us, and we're like, oh my God, I just want to strangle someone. He's calm and collected, But what I love about this one, about is that even though he has powers, he doesn't let that change who he is. Sometimes, if I ramble a little bit, I'm going to. When it comes to certain things, someone can get lots of money, let's say they win the lottery or whatever, they change who they are. Or they get a better job, all of a sudden, they change who they are. They become different, But, even though he became extremely powerful and he has all these powers, that never stopped who he was. And that is extremely important. To not forget who you are and where you came from. He still remembered that even though he had all these powers, he was still a commoner. He was an orphan and he was a commoner, so he knew who he was. And he didn't let that change him. And he kept on being focused. He kept on being composed. He kept on being respectful and kind. And you know what I also appreciate about him is that though he knows Asta doesn't have any powers, he has faith in Asta. And he doesn't give up on him or lets him give up on himself. So when Asta feels down, brings him up. And though others that have powers may view Asta as low or a commoner or a loser, he doesn't. In fact, he sees him worthy enough to be his opponent. A true worthy opponent to himself. And my point of view is that sometimes I feel that it would be nice to have someone in our lives that can push us forward. To help us see in ourselves what we can't see that is there, that has been there all along. In fact, this is what does for Asta. And I think that's awesome. That's what I really, 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 really like about Asta, Not only that it doesn't change who he is, but he's always there for Asta, pushing him forward to be better. And that's sometimes everyone, sometimes we all need that, right? We all would like that. Someone to push us forward, to help us see in ourselves what we can't see in ourselves. And what I appreciate and what I love about Asta is that he teaches, he has always taught from the very beginning that one, it's okay to be a commoner and to be orphans. But two, that he should never give up on himself, and that it is possible that though they are commoners and that they are orphans, that they can still make something of themselves and their lives in this world that they live in. So not only can you see, and this is only in the beginning, okay? This is only the first episode. Imagine all the others. Not only do you see their brotherly love, but you see their intense friendship for one another. So everyone, I really appreciate you coming to my channel and seeing what I had to say about this wonderful anime series called Black Clover. What it teaches and what I see that it teaches is never give up. Thank you for joining my channel. Come and see me next time to hear what I have to say about the second episode of Black Clover. And if you would like to comment on the comment section, and we can talk back and forth of what you think, what you took from this episode, please feel free to leave your comment, your feedback, and I'll be happy to read it. Thank you, everyone, and bye-bye. See you next time.